I'll ask you a question. What's your favourite Pokemon game? Interesting. You've probably guessed mine from the title. That's right, Pokemon Crystal. But Pokemon Colosseum's a close second, and it's quite easy to see why. The tactical double battles, the awesome premise, the fantastic music, and... No, we are not talking about you here, so bog off. Anyway, there's one aspect of Colosseum that I think is the reason why it's so beloved. The tone. This game has a tone unlike any other Pokemon game that I know of, and I'm going to explain why it's so unique and what lets it down. But first, I've noticed that the majority of you lovely viewers are not in fact subscribed to me, so if you could subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. Enough of me shitting, let's push on. Who do you usually play as in a Pokemon game? No Name, Johnny Nobody, Mr. Blank, and John Hancock. Fascinating. Now who's Wes in Pokemon Colosseum? A stone cold badass, that too. For essentially the first and only time your character has a backstory. It's a criminal one to boot. You kick the game off by blowing Team Snag'em's hideout to Kingdom Come and back, for crying out loud. Can you imagine the plain white toast of former protagonists doing so much as breaking a plate, let alone domestic terrorism to start a game off? No gym challenge here, but rather a twisted tale of nefarious dealings, although catching them all still plays an integral role. Of course, one element doth not a darker tone make, so let's look at the plot. Wow, this game is a dark plot. I'd venture the darkest of any Pokemon game. A mystery dungeon aside, that is. Kidnapping, blackmail, hostage situations, theft, and even implied torture are integral sections of the story. And it's not just in the large scale, the entire Ore region is steeped in an attitude that reflects this gritty tone. NPCs are flat out rude, cities feel rough, rugged, and the soundtrack matches. Pyrite Town in particular feels like a wretched hive of scum and villainy. Even in battles you can feel the weight of each and every blow. The Pokemon have a physical reaction that make you wince on impact. All of these factors mesh together to make a Pokemon game unlike any other, and it very nearly reached greatness, if not for one thing. Okay, so we've got a criminal protagonist, a dark plot, a gritty backstory, add it together and what do you get? Bugger all. You'd have thought that a plot that involves you stealing the Pokemon of other trainers would incur some kind of repercussion from law enforcement. A rad apocalyptic version of Officer Jenny perhaps, here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. Nope, not appearing. In fact, no influence from law enforcement at all. Not even the trainers you nick the Pokemon from take offence. And as for Wes's backstory, Teen Snag'em gets pushed out of the picture after a few minutes, replaced by Cypher. Sure, the boss appears for a quick fight, but nothing else as far as I can recall. No grudges against Wes for being a criminal in his past, no prior connections coming back to haunt you, no unspent favours to be called in. Honestly, I'm disappointed that Genius Sorority dropped the ball on this one. They had all the ingredients to make a spectacularly unique game, and they just failed to blend it together and to make one perfectly dark meal. Instead of a rich, deep Black Forest Gateau, we got a slightly gritty vanilla panna cotta. Great, now I'm hungry and I don't know how to wrap this up. Fuck it. Let the music roll.